Today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to take a Minn Kota PowerDrive V2 and we're going to convert it to satellite so we can have spot lock and so forth. Minn Kota makes these iPilot modification kits. Well, they don't make them anymore. They used to make them, and I guess they're still floating around out there. They're about 500 bucks is what I paid for this one. And we're going to install this kit and hot rod our PowerDrive stock trolling motor on this tracker to have this is so cool, to have iPilot. So keep tuned and we're going to show you how to do this. First thing that we have to do is we got to take the screws out of the side of the cover here in order to get these cover plates off. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. So we remove the covers. It's just 2 Phillips screws in each side of the cover here, and they both pop off of each side. Now we're going to go up to the head of the unit, and right here, here, and here are screws. We're going to take all 4 of these screws out so we can take the top of the head off. Now we got all 4 of those screws off, and you can see that the head of the unit comes off. Looks like that. And then not too much going on the inside of this, just 2 wires. We're gonna take these 2 wires apart here, positive and negative, and we're gonna plumb that into the new unit. Over here, you will notice, right here is the screw with the nut on the back side. We're gonna take that out next, and then the head, the base of the head unit is gonna come off. I want to give you a heads up. This is the nut on the back side right here. You want to hold your finger on that and try to extract it. A magnetic tip screwdriver comes in handy for that. Now we're just going to pull this bolt out of here, put the nut on it, and set that off to the side. Next thing we're going to do here is pull the connector coverings back so we can expose the actual connectors, and then we're going to take and pull these connectors apart. Okay, now that we got that bolt out, we disconnected our wires here. They're pretty tight fit. Now what we can do is we can pop out this grommet here. Like so. Just pops out with a little push of plastic tabs here that you can see sticking out of that. Now we can take main coiled wire, pull that out, lay that off to the side. Of course, we don't have the trolling motor connected to a power source right now, so don't forget to do that. All right, now we're gonna wiggle this head off and let the wires come through. And we're gonna grab the new head, put the wires through the same hole. And then we've got a hole going through this shaft that we have to line up with this base so we can put that bolt back in. Alright, that lines up pretty good. Grab that bolt, put it back in. There we go. Should push through the other side, but it's being a little bit, there we go, a little bit resistant there. Going to take our nut, and there's a countersink here that holds that nut. Push that into place. Line to go in a little crooked there. Hold it with these needle nose. All right, now that's started. A few more threads on there than I thought. Or that nut didn't get started. Felt like it did.
Oh, maybe it didn't. All right, so we got that tight. Now we're going to do a different grommet that they give you here, and this grommet is going to lay inside of here to fill that hole after we pull coiled main wire, this one here that's going down to the unit, through there. So now we're going to pull the main cable back up through the base of the unit. There's a little slot here that indexes in like so. So you get a nice snug fit. Then they give you a different piece here to fill this hole. It's got a little tab on the front of it here to kind of click it into place. So there we go. That is in place, and they give you a couple new screws here to put into these holes to fasten it into the new base. There goes one. Get those reasonably snug. All right, and then we're going to take our red, that's positive, of course. Clip those together. They're just push tabs. Kind of resistant though. Ugh. Push pretty hard to get those in there. Now we'll do the ground black one. So those are both connected. We're going to slide our covers back over them. Like so. These are getting a little old and crusty, so I'm going to top these off real quick with some electrical tape. So we get our electrical tape on here just to make sure that these don't move around, because that could be a bad, stinky, melty plastic thing if they did. Don't want anything to mess up our fishing trips. It's definitely not going anywhere. Positive. Make sure that this one can't slide back and forth. Like so. And we'll get this one here done too. Alright, so we got those taped up nice just to make sure nothing's going to move around, in peace of mind. You can see that I wasn't supposed to put this grommet in yet, because we have to run the wires from the head unit through this hole here first. Alright, so here goes these bad boys. This is coming off of the main head unit here. So we're going to pop those through here. There we go. And then we're going to put the grommet back in. Alright, so that way we've got a nice clean passage for the new wires that go down to base of the unit. We'll have a little bit of wiring down there. Get these screws back in. Alright. Now we can pull that through there. We're going to end up running that through the corkscrew, the center of the corkscrew of the main cord there. Now we're going to line up this. This wire's tucked in here. put this head unit lined up like so. Alright, so there's our new head unit. Now we got to put the screws in up from the bottom, just using the same screws from the old one here. These will go up through the bottom. There we go. Got that one started. That one started. This is such a cool modification to be able to take this motor and turn it into an iPilot. So I'm going to have spot lock, and I want that so bad because the wind in Arizona blows you around like freaking crazy when you're trying to fish, and I am constantly playing with that foot controller instead of fishing, which is very annoying. I don't have the, what is it, the there's another aspect where you can get this to connect with your fish finder. If you have the Humminbird fish finder, which I'm waiting for the Humminbird 8. I want to get that one when it comes out. You can hook it up to some of these motors, and basically the map on your map that you have on your graph, your fish finder, you can plot a path to take, and the motor will follow the contour of a shoreline or a path. And I don't know, I just find that that's not necessary out here in Arizona much because it's so rocky, and the water height of these man-made lakes, they fluctuate so much. Okay, next we're going to pull the white and the black wire coming out of the base of this unit here. We're going to disconnect these. There goes the black one. Tough sucker here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so to go over the wiring again, this is the wire coming from the new unit right here. Hopefully you can see that good. Right here is the new wire, and you're going to have black and white wire coming out from underneath the circuit board there, and that's the two wires that you're going to connect to from here to here. You are not going to connect the wires from the new unit to the base where the two black and white wires come out of the base, which you can see hopefully right there. Those are the ones that you're going to put shrink wrap on, cap these off, and just tuck them out of the way after you pinch the ends. They supply you with the shrink wrap to do it. So again, the positive and negative, or excuse me, the white and the black are going to the actual circuit board underneath the unit, and then you're done. I already fired this bad boy up and everything's working good. So what a great modification to do, taking my old powerdrive motor and modifying it with the most important iPilot features that you can get is so much better than buying a new unit. I was going to spend $1,800 or more on a whole new motor. Not one place did I go to, boat shop, etc., that mentioned that you could modify these. So good thing to know. Even when I searched it on the internet, nothing popped up for a couple months of doing research on the new motors. And then I stumbled upon this. So hope this helps everybody out and saves you some money. Like I said, it was only like a $500 kit. And if you're swift and you got good zip ties, you could probably do this in 30 minutes to 40 minutes of installing. So good luck. Okay, getting used to this controller, had to hit this dot in order to get the pair to show up as an option. Now we're scrolling down here. Hopefully you can see. Oh, maybe not. All right, so we're going to scroll down to pair. So we're at pair now. I'm going to hit the check mark. Scanning for motor. Going to push the pair button. Hold it. Just beeped. So it appears that we are paired now. All right, now I'm going to drop the motor. See if it moves around.